Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm adjusting my camera here. Give me just a second here. Awesome. So, how's my music sounding right now? My music alright? Just wanted to make sure you guys can hear me, and I want to double check, make sure my music is not too loud. Hey EEHS, I'm glad you made it tonight. Yay, more people, come join the party. Welcome to a spring break episode, everybody. We're just gonna hang out. We're gonna have some fun, do some chess, and take a look at a game today. And let's see here. Let's get started here with our puzzles. Let's not waste any time. I'm kind of anxious to get to some Puzzle Rush today. So let's see how things are rolling. Okay, let's see here. Let's take a look at our first puzzle of the day. And as we are double checking through this, we are white and we're trying to beat black here. Black has his king in front of our pawn on c3. We want to promote that pawn, and we want to make a queen. But how are we going to be able to do this if that king is firmly planted there? So if you're in the chat, EEHS, I know you're there. So I want to ask you how are you going to help this pawn get promoted here? Because black is just inches away from snagging that c3 pawn. If we lose that pawn, we cannot checkmate black with a white king and a bishop here. So let's do our best here. What's your idea, EEHS? Let me give you some moves here. Just adjust here. Bishop to d5. Okay. Let's take a look at that bishop d5. She said sacrifice the bishop and move the king to b5 to support the pawn. A good idea. I like that you're thinking like that. We are trying our very, very best to get to that pawn. And we can't do that when the king is controlling that b5. So we're going to lure that king away from that square b5 like this. Okay, then he grabs it. And then your idea works out perfectly. King goes to b5, and now the kings are face to face. What we're going to do then next is that black is going to probably need to just come straight up here. We have the opposition, so we're going to keep on. If we climb up here, we got to watch out for this. Then he's going to be able to come back and then get in front of the pawn, or try to get in front of the pawn here. So we're going to have to go back, repeat the position here. Black goes up, and so our magic move is actually start moving the pawn. That way the king gets in front of the pawn. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to move our king in front of the other king, cause some time here to push him off one of these squares here, and then we're going to get to one of our magic squares, d7, and push that pawn up the board. All right, let's take a quick look. I want to make sure everybody understands what to do here. After king d6 here, he's going to come up here like this, and we reached our square. So we start pushing. Pawn gets rolling down the board. King can't come and get to the pawn or get anywhere close to that queenie square that he needs. So he's going to move up. Welcome, new people. I'm glad you guys made it today. Let's take a look. We are working through our in-game puzzles. Before we get to our game of the day, we make a queen, and we should be able to do a checkmate. Awesome. Let's go to our next puzzle. All right, next puzzle. All right, similar situation. We've been working with king and pawn in games to make sure that we understand how to master them correctly. Our king is, again, trying to assist that pawn to come down the board. As he's coming down the board, what we're going to do is assist him. So let's see here, people in the chat, let me give you some ideas here on what we could do. We could go king to c7, and we could push that pawn for a check. We could also, I don't know, maybe we need to move back to king c5. So I gave you some choices here. King c7, pawn to b6, check, or king to c5. We don't want to back away from that pawn too much, because then black is going to swoop in and try to get it. So let's see here. King to c7 says EE-chess. Anybody else? How is your spring break going, EE-chess? Are you getting some needed rest and relaxation, some R&R? Anybody? I've seen the new Captain Marvel movie. I have not been to the movies in a while, and I want to know if anybody else has seen it before I do, because I want to know if I'm going to waste my money seeing this movie. I've heard some negative reviews about it, but I mean, I don't know what being at the movies is like. I have a young daughter, so let's see here. What else is going on here? My plans for spring break, just to chill out, relax, do some needed chess play, and we'll see how it goes. All right, well, anyways, let's see here. King to c7. All right, once we get king to c7, the king goes up to a8, and when king goes to a8, what we're going to do next is we could start pushing that pawn. We could get king to c8, or we could go, let's see here, king to c6. What's the magic idea? Or, sorry, let's do this again. Pawn b6 is a good move. King over here to b6. King up here to c8. Or king to c6. So we got some moves to look at. What do you think we should roll? Pawn to b6. Okay, if we do pawn to b6, let's take a look at that. Where's that black king going to run to? We've created a stalemate. We got to watch ourselves a little bit and try to figure out, if I'm going to do this, what is my opponent going to do? And what's his best movement or that he can do? So we wanted to always make sure that we're doing is thinking about, again, what we want to do. Yes, we want to push up here, but what is the other guy going to do instead? So if we go king to b6 instead, then the king gets in front of the king, and we have to cause some opposition here. So I can't go to any of these squares, okay, after we meet up like this. So we're going to need to either move to one of the sides here. We can go king to a6 or back to king to c6. Let's see. Okay, king to a6. Let's take a look at king a6. If we go king to a6, the king will also match up with us. And then we can create some opposition here. I can start pushing my pawn and then push him again. And then that king cannot go to that needed square a8. Then we can win. All right, that's the idea. King would have to step off. And before we step off, we move king to a7. And then make a queen like this. EHS, I hope that these in-game puzzles have been enlightening to you. I wanted to make sure that this this study that I'm doing here before we get started with the game of the day is helping you look at chess in a different way from backwards, because this is a style of learning that the Russians do. They want to make sure that their end game is like perfect technique, and so if they ever reach an end game, then everything is like mastered. And so a lot of chess players prefer to learn chess this way, and I hope that again it's beneficial to you. Okay, well, let's go to our next puzzle of the day, and then this will be our last one. Okay, so now again we're working with king and pawn end games, but now we got 2 pawns here on the board. As we got 2 pawns on the board, what we're going to need to do is again, end game strategy number 1 is to promote a pawn. So if I'm trying to promote a pawn, I have to picture which one it is that I'm going to need to promote anyways. All right, so we have some moves that we can look at. The first move is, and we can suggest, oh my gosh, hey, who's this, that? Who did that? Planet Chess Club. Hey, I'm glad you're watching tonight. Thank you for subscribing, man. This is great. Glad that you made it. Woohoo! All right, so if you're joining us, I was talking to everybody about this this particular end game here. Talk to me in the chat. Let me know what's going on here. We have pawn push to h8, and we can make a queen. We have, so I would suggest moving the king to f5. That would protect the pawns. And we could also try king to e6. Now, one of those is a good move. What should we do? EHS, hang out with me. Tell me more. What are we gonna run into? Somebody in the chat, give me an idea. What can I play here that's going to be safe here? All right, let's go with the pawn promotion to a queen. Our king will take our brand new queen next. I need a plan. Then get that king to f6. Right, now we got to back up, buddy. The king is again staying in front of the pawn. That is the idea. When you're playing in defense and these king and pawn end games, just don't let white get to that queening square. Try your best to stop it. And then what's our follow-up move? EHS. Let's see here where we can move back. F5 here. Let's just go with G7. If we run with G7, yeah, I like that move here. It creates a squeeze. He cannot get in here, cannot take the pawn, can't go over here, so he's got to go there. And then we're following up king to f7. King is running out of squares. We got a queen on the board now. Awesome. All right, and just for funsies, we could get ready to checkmate him too. Right. That's going to be the end of this training puzzle here. You've been doing some end games with me, and thanks for hanging out. Let's go to our game of the day. I'm excited to take a look at it with you. All right, here we go. Game of the day. Our game of the day, everybody, is another Chess Master game, and we've been looking at Sicilian games. We've been looking at some Queen's Pawn games as well. So today we're going to take a look at a really good starting move here. It's a Queen's Pawn game, and we're looking at choices. We're trying to stay flexible as we are playing our chess games here. We're going to go to e6 like this, and as we go to e6, it doesn't take control over the center. It doesn't go with d5. Now, as we're doing that, when we go to e6 like this, we're trying to stay flexible in our plans here. Our bishop is more than likely going to be coming out here. We could get ready to also push our c pawn forward to c5. Get ready to attack the center here with some support. I like this plan, honestly, and it's flexible too. I could be able to also go again with that idea. I could get ready to also, if I would like to, I can change things up. I can actually go with pawn to d5. I could also get ready to just to develop a knight here. So lots of nice ideas in this opening. I just got to remember that this is my bad bishop, and if he's a bad bishop, he's not getting a lot of room to run around, and I need to make sure that I find a way for him to get some play on the chessboard. Otherwise, he's going to be stuck and I have a useless piece. So I got c4. All right, with c4, the way that this chess master is dealing with this particular opening is that he is going to keep his eye on his problem bishop, and he wants to improve it by going on another pawn push forward, getting the bishop out so he can be on the long diagonal. A nice idea. It's a little, it's different. It works, and if people are playing this way, I think you're going to get in some interesting play. You're going to cause a shock. Even if you don't play this way, I think that having variety in your chess play will give you, will find out different ideas that you could use in the future too, and especially what masters are playing. That's the way that you want to play. All right, so we got d5, and with d5, it is a disturbing move. It's kind of challenging the center now, and we cannot, we don't want to take. If we take here, we're making white's job a little bit easier. It's still equal, but now getting this bishop here to attack the center is not working out the way that I want to, because the queen is being the backup buddy here. So, and white has nice, simple developing ideas to protect that golden pawn in the center here. So he's trying his best to then hold on to that center that he has. All right, back ending it up here. So one thing that black is doing, is he's noticing that guy is weak, and so he's going to try for a cheap little trick. He's going to try for queen to h4. Queen h4 looks like one of those coffee house moves here, where I am attacking that f2 pawn here, and what's going to happen is I'm going to get my bishop over here, and I want to attack that for a quick scholar's mate looking idea here. Try to cause some disturbance here, but also black is looking at taking that pawn. And so, you know, as I'm studying my chess, I'm noticing that I want to continue to keep with development, because if black does happen to take like this, I will get command over the center. I got two golden pawns in the middle. I got a piece that's being developed and attacking that black queen, and so that queen's got to move somewhere safe. So he doesn't really want to do something like that. Give white a really good game. But white is playing in a really conservative way, and I would say it's like most chess players here. They want to develop a little bit and protect what's there on c4. But now this bishop, the queen's bishop, is a bad bishop. He can't get out. So black's gonna just take notice of that, and white has been pushing a lot of pawns. So a simple developing move by black is knight to f6. If knight to f6, a3. Now black is, the reason for going to a3 is so that black isn't able to come to b4 with any checking ideas. But I think that white has pushed too many pawns. As he's pushed too many pawns, what's happening is that he's making a lot of these anti-positional moves. And he's trying to cover... I know white is trying to cover b4 and then go to knight to a3 to attack the queen. And, well, I mean, I can see that why he's doing that, but black has a simple solution to this. Let me just develop here. Let me get on this long diagonal too. If he's going to start taking, then this is going to start looking pretty bad for white here. Even though white has this open file like this, the play is going to be pretty simple here. What we're going to do is we're going to get knight b to d7. We're going to bring our rook over and to challenge the queen later when my knight moves on the board. That's cool. I made an orangey looking color here. I just noticed that. That's pretty sweet. Okay, so a lot of action on that D file, and that open highway. So white's not going to be interested in opening up the highway right now. After bishop to b7, white has no pieces on this board right now that have been developed. Black has developed 1, 2, 3 pieces on this board, and white has nothing to show for it. He looks like he just has an active bishop here, but he's got nothing left. All right, so white just develops and attacks. As he develops and attacks the queen's got to run somewhere. Where's that queen going to run to? Let's see here. He can't go and take that square anymore. Let's see here. What else can he do? He's got to run to a safe square. Let me see here. He can go to, let's see here. Queen h5, queen g4, queen h6. One of those squares looks good. All right, and the game he does go queen to h5. Trying to keep the pin there. There is no real pin. It's just going to be a trade of queens here. And then the game will continue on. Let's try this again here. Okay. Awesome. All right. So now white gets a little jumpy and he starts taking, and we take back here with the f pawn. Now I looked at this and I was, why take this way? Is this a bad move, taking like this? Because we left an open space on the king side. If we leave this open space here, can a bishop or a queen come in to try to check our king? Well, that's true, but it also gives our queen here on h5 a retreat square. So with that in mind here, his bishop is now getting some x-ray vision on that queen on h5. So our queen needs to run to, and he's going to go to g6, attacking the pawn. Knight is going to go to h4, covering that weakness, and also attacking our queen. So now the queen needs another running square. Well, let's just go queen to h6 and attack that knight. After we do that, then the knight is looking like he needs some help. But white has a quick little threat here. He's going to go like this. All right. Bishop on that long diagonal, get ready to get the rook. If black does take, then the knight can just jump back to his square, and then he feels like he's fine. Nothing's wrong here. But actually, black is like, nope, I'm gonna block this, and when I block your idea, I'm still creating a threat of taking your knight. So now the knight needs some help. And he doesn't really want to play the g3, but he's got to. So he has a square to jump back to. Now the next idea here, and I want to hear, yeah, there in the chat, EE Chess, I hope you're still with me. Middle games are a hard thing to try to figure out here, but you got some good play. You got a good position that is workable. You got moves that you can make. So here's one idea. Let me show you, give you an idea. We can castle on the queen side. We can go pawn to g5, and we can develop a bishop to, let's give him to, yeah, we could do it to d6 as well. I guess that would work. So we got some plans here. Which plan would you opt for? Whew. A good position. Good position here. All right. EE Chess, go with g5. Yeah, let's attack that knight. Let's make that knight jump here. Black does not have any checks. He has no immediate captures in this position here. He's not really being threatened to castle, but castling would be a good idea too. g5. This move threatens that knight. That knight is running out of squares to go to. He's not going to go there. He's not going to go there. This is his only running square. And now we've made this knight a bad piece. He's not going to go here. He's not going to go here. He's not going to go there. He cannot go here. Bad piece. Bad piece. And now Black has some good pieces here that he's going to be trying to make work something out here. All right, so after this move here, after g5, he is looking, saying, hey, you know what I can do? I don't have to move my knight back. I don't have to give my knight a bad square. I can play this move instead, e4. He's got a pin, so if we try to grab that knight, he's going to snap our queen off the board, and that's not good. So it looked like our plan failed, but that's not right. We still have an active position here. We still got moves to play. White is now suddenly coming alive in his position here, as he's trying to get his pieces back into this game. So Black is looking, and he's finding a different move. He says, I think I got something different. He's got the option of castling. He's got queen to g7. He's also still has that funky bishop move right here that blocks and gets rid of this weakness here on c7. So this is his other idea, coming here to e5. If he comes to e5, now the bishop and the knight are under attack. This is a psychological kind of move, I would say, because if he goes back, or let's see here, let's go with, if he goes here, knight takes. Well, did it look like we just traded pieces here? Nope, that's not going to work, because bishop comes flying in with the backup buddy here, and then the queen has to move. There. Knight is gone, and the rook is being threatened, and h2 is being threatened as well. Sneaky moves. Sneaky hidden moves. Alright. after we got knight to e5, white drops his bishop back, says no deal, I'm not going to risk that. But now this knight is looking like he's still in trouble. Alright, with that knight in trouble, what he's got to do, he's got to come up with another good plan here. Because if he drops back here, let's see here, with black, excuse me, black's queen is in danger. We've been noticing here we can't take that knight if we want to take it, so he's going to slide his queen back to guard that pawn as well. But then white has this move here to challenge it. 2 attackers on g5, 1 backup buddy here. And with 1 backup buddy, he can just say, you know what, I think it's a good time to trade. If I trade, and then the bishop can trade, and black continues to keep on developing his pieces. And so these trades don't work out for white. Black's pieces are all ready to fight. Bad piece. Not a good piece. Not a good piece. Not a good piece. His queen looks like a good piece here. His king might be ready to castle soon if he can, but that still looks kind of tough to try to play. So trading is not going to be a good choice for white. And after black takes, oh, he could take that way too. He's going to take the knight, of course. Pawn is going to take. And now our knight is under attack. We got to find a good place for this knight to go to. Okay. So let's see here. We can go here to g4. We can go to h3. Attack this bishop here. That would cause some complications because our bishop wants to get to that rook. We do want to maybe castle at some time as well. And the knight could also come and attack e4. So I think taking is fine. So again, I'm going to give you again 2 choices here, or 3 choices on this board. Alright, pawn to h3 is our choice, first choice. Knight to g4 is our second choice. And our third choice is knight takes the pawn on e4. EE-chess, what would you do here? Good jams tonight. Good jams tonight. Oh. Oh, knight takes e4. Yeah, I think knight takes e4. Excuse me. Kind of simplifies it, but again, white is not interested in taking because the black bishop comes alive, attacking both sides of the board like that, causing more headaches for white than what he wants here. So yes, if he does take, white's going to try to keep his pieces developed here, maybe also look for some checks that would make things interesting as well on our king, but that's not going to be a good enough idea here. Knight to g4, let's take a look at that. Knight g4. Now I have to look at this and go, what is the idea? Why is he coming here instead of taking that pawn? Because I would have took that pawn. If we give black another free move, let's take a look at this. Just a nice, simple looking, developed move here with knight to c3. Then black can continue to keep on developing with his bishop here, and the knight is also keeping his eye on f2. If that knight lands on f2 with the support of the good bishop here on c5, then what's going to happen is that he's going to get a double attack on that queen and on that rook. So he's aiming for a developing idea when when he gets attacked here. All right. Oh, you're also looking at. Excuse me. Let me find our line here. And he's also looking at bringing the knight to e3. If we bring the knight to e3, white's bishop on c1 is going to take the knight there. That would be a huge blunder if the queen takes, and sometimes people just don't notice that. All right, so knight to g4 was, instead of taking a pawn, he's actually going to use that move for a developing move, so then he can get his bishop here. All right, so white is looking at this pawn that he has right here. He's got some weaknesses here on the center. This pawn in particular right now is that both bishops are looking at that. The knight and the queen are attacking e5, so he's got to find a way to protect it, but he doesn't have to take it, because if he takes it, then taking would be bad for white. So if he does take, we're going to wind up with a check, and then the knight will just come back like this, and he's doing all right. However, it's looking a little cramped now, and white's position is looking a bit different here, because black has some things to attack, but it's not going to go well when white starts to rally. We have to worry about that rallying point. So after he goes bishop to f4, we castle, and after we castle on the queen side, we don't have to worry about getting checkmated or worry about queen checks anymore, since our king is hidden away. I like black's position because he's got choices. He's got things that he can do still. White is, again, trying to rally by getting all of his pieces into the game now. 1, 2, 3. But this bishop, it's a good bishop, but I want to call him an active bishop. So he's actively doing a defensive job. He is developed here, and the queen is also now, I think, a good piece. But what black's pieces are also good. They're attacking things. They got spaces to move here. So black is going to continue to keep developing all of his pieces to good squares, so he has threats. And that's the idea. If we continue to keep on developing all of our pieces, we're going to have good moves to be able to find. So queen goes to d2, and now black says, okay, I'm not going to get checked here. That pawn is mine. It belongs to me. Let me go ahead and take it. So when he grabs it, white again does not go for the take. If he goes for the take, then the queen and the bishop are doing a great job here. The rooks are going to use that open highway for attacks here. So he's not interested in that kind of play. Instead, white wants to continue to knock around black by playing b4, and this is a mistake. EE chess. We're going to figure out why this is a mistake here of playing pawn to b4 to attack the bishop here. What is his idea here? Again, he wants to attack and get that bishop here, but our pieces are well placed on this board. We have that diagonal. We're getting this diagonal too. The knight is attacking c4 as well. Our knight has some moves to make. He could be able to come over here if he's got some support. And our queen on g7 is also a good piece here for whatever it is that black wants to do. So he's got some choices here. So let me give you some plans. All right, I guess the first plan that kind of jumps out at everybody is move the bishop. If we move the bishop, bishop's coming here to d6. If he goes d6, he's safe. All right, and so let's make that one choice. Another choice is the knight just goes ahead and takes the pawn. If he takes the pawn, he's attacking the queen. Okay, and the queen's got to move as well, and then we'll move our bishop back maybe. If he goes queen d3, bishop goes back, queen takes. But that's still a good move here. We'll still continue to consider that. And then also h3. If we go h3, where the bishop can take that pawn. So those are our choices here. Make it green here. All right, people in the chat, let's see here. What kind of move would you make? Coach Bryant, how are you doing? I'm glad you made it in. Analyze our position here. Black's in a good position. He knows it. He's clearly winning. He can go for safe with bishop to d6. He can go for a pawn grab when knight takes c4. And also we have a hidden move here with h3. If we go pawn to h3, bishop will take that pawn. But what's the idea then? Because that looks a little interesting for me. All right, Chess says if he goes here and then he takes, then yes, knight to f3, forking move. Awesome job. I'm glad you're looking at that move. That is exactly the reason why he does not want to take it, because if he does take it, knight to f3. So instead, what he's going to try to do is that, what if he takes this way? Oh, let's see here. Takes. If he grabs that guy, then that's not going to be good. So if he grabs that knight first, isn't that interesting? It looks like we're going to lose our queen, but we can take back and get our queen back with check. Now when the king comes over here, queen has a cool tactic of grabbing that other rook. Awesome. Awesome move. So if he continues to keep on taking and taking, what we're going to do next here is after we clean up the chessboard here, let's just take. Then we got a queen versus a queen, a knight versus a bishop. But black has a rook, and he's got to be able to rally his rook back into some action here. Use that open F file, open highway, so that he can be able to put that king in checkmate soon enough. All right. Well, what is the takeaway from this game? our takeaway from this game that we can say is that when we see a move that looks a little suspicious, like b4, we have to think about not just retreating, not just trading things off here and going for a nasty attack here, but even offering a gift sometimes to get what we want, because that tactic of bishop takes h3 is very tempting, and I know that young kids would definitely fall for something like that too in their games. And so even though I had that bishop retreat, bishop to d6, it's not making white's game hard. He's just going to castle and continue on playing chess, because after it takes here, queen goes there, and then we have some swapping on that's going to be happening here on the board. Bishop takes, let's say rook will take. Let's go with knight to e5, protecting with the queen here. Queen goes to e3, and then I don't know, he's just, Black looks like he's having more fun, and he's got this f-file to challenge here pretty soon. Black looks like he's fine. He's finding all the good moves here, and he wants to be able to take and disrupt this position on the castled king over here on the king side. All right, so the best way to punish a suspicious looking move is just going to be to sometimes just ignore it. Ignore that b4 looking idea and aim for something that is going to cause more complications to your opponent. Because if you're not causing trouble when you're playing chess, then you're going to give your opponent a game that is a little too calm, a little too relaxing. He's going to have the choices here, and then you're going to be sitting on the attacking side here when pieces start going off the board. All right, let's get ready for some Puzzle Rush, and then what's coming up next is Coach Bryant here. Let's take a look before we get into some Puzzle Rush. Let's take a look at our tournament schedule. Our tournament schedule, next one's coming up is the Lone Star Open and Scholastic event. I hope to see you there at the Lone Star Open, hosted by our friends at Cajun Chess. We are going to have some fun. It is a 3-day tournament. It is nothing easy. Nothing easy. I hope that players will get a chance to go out for that tournament. Have an experience, people, because that's what chess is about, at least for me here. Also, I want to shout out to wholesalechess.com. If you use our promo code LOGIC, you'll save tax. This is from 10%, and on any regular priced items. I'm probably going to get some green chess pieces for St. Patty's Day, because I'm going to start our new chess group with 4-player chess. See, I got my green tie on, and I have my green chess pieces. Come watch us on Friday nights with Coach Blake and myself, and some special guests, 2 other special guests. We're going to try to team chess, and we are going to we're going to learn a little bit more on how to play 4-player chess. It's pretty crazy. We're starting a Texas league. I hope that you will join us too. Friday nights, trying to stroll the stream at 7:30. Just follow us on Twitch, friend us on chess.com, and you can be able to play with us. All right, so friend Pyro Preacher, that's Coach Blake, or friend me on chess.com, The Lost Pawn 83. Coming up soon, I will be able to get ready to play some students in our next stream. That way we'll continue to keep on having some fun. Let's see here. Next up here is Puzzle Rush. All right. Whew, I did good today on Puzzle Rush. I did 22. And I mean, I want Coach Bryant, if you're watching, you're going to try to beat 22 on your first attempt. Did you get that message? All right. I'm going to send you that message right now. I'm going to watch your stream here at 8:30 here, and I want to see on your first attempt to break 22 on Puzzle Rush. All right, Coach Bryant, sending you that challenge here. Oh, 22 is the score to beat. Okay, good. You got the message. All right, let's get ready to go. All right, now this is my second attempt here, and on my second attempt, I'm going to try to beat 22. I got my coffee going. I'm ready to go. I'm going to try 2 puzzle rushes, and then we're going to raid Coach Bryant. Coach Bryant, will you please send for me the command so I can make sure that I get everybody to raid you as soon as we're done here. All right, while that's going on here, let's get ready for Puzzle Rush in 3, 2, 1. Oh, goodness. Okay, quickly, Coach. Bam. All right, next. It's a mate. Okay, a fork, because I want the queen. Another mate. And another mate. Wow, keep giving me good ones here. Oh, a nice pin. Thank you for the queen. All right, keep it going here. Ooh, I like what I'm seeing here. I like what I'm seeing here. And a mate. Okay. And where can we go? Let's do a check and then take the queen. All right, here. And Rex being attacked here, but I got a check. After the check, what do we got? What do we got? All right, his king moves over. Goodness gracious. Let's do. Let's roll. Come on. Okay. Got you there. And I'm going to get you. Where else? Where else can I get you? Okay. I think. Yeah. Well, I can do a check here. There you go. Come on. That wasn't too hard, Coach Santos. All right. Just getting old. Okay, I take the knight, and I can take back like this. All right, in-game puzzle time. Okay, I check him. He comes over there. I move, and then opposition. Okay. Okay, and which way should I take? I want to take this way. Cause him problems. Good. I'm glad we do these in-game puzzles. Let's see here. That pawn looks suspicious. All right. I want here, move the bishop, okay, and then I check him and I take his knight. Okay, doing good. Let's see here, no mistakes. That's the way I like it. All right, I go here and I take that. Okay, and I see a fork. I see a fork. I see a fork. Okay, white to move here. Check. Yeah, check and mate. Okay, let's go check. Well, what am I going to do here? I'm going to take this guy, and then I'm going to block it with my queen, and I'll take it with my rook. Okay, cool deal. Alright, if I check you, and then your king moves, and I can double check you. Yeah, that's cooler. All right. So far, so good, Coach Bryant. All right, 17 in a row. Let's keep it going. All right, come on, Coach Santos. Check that miserable king. That king goes up. When that king goes up, what do I got next here? Let me see here. He's just gonna go up here. I need to get to him. I need to get to him. That's interesting. That's interesting. I'm wasting too much time. Okay, come on, Coach Santos. Just check him. And then we're going to go with... good grief, good grief. There you go. Come on. In-game stuff. In-game stuff. Whoo, yeah. Let's see here. All right. We go. All right. I guess just that was that simple. White to move. All right. I check. Yep, I check. There you go. 20. Come on, Coach Santos. Come on, Coach Santos. I've seen this puzzle before. I've seen this puzzle before. Okay, I've seen this one too. Okay, let me see here. Where? Running out of moves. No! 21 again. Oh. All right. That's kind of how today's been. I'm getting better. If you've been watching Puzzle Rush, I've been getting so close to 20 on my first attempts here. All right, so Coach Bryant, your first one is to beat 22 on your stream, and then the second one to beat 21. Let's do, I have time to do one more. All right, got to beat 22. Got to move faster now. And I like that because I did not mess up. I did not mess up. I'm proud of myself. Okay. Coach Bryant is ready. Good, Coach, good. All right, check and mate. Let's go with fork. All right, here we go. Let's see here. I have a wonderful checkmate for you. I'm gonna go like this, and then I go like this. Super cool. Okay. Oh man, I love those royal forks. Okay, let's go, and yep. If I do that, he can. Yeah, he can. Okay, I can just check you like this, and then there you go. With the queen's better. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, come on, Coach. Easy forks. Easy forks. Okay, let me take this guy, and then I can take your knight. Alright, check. He goes there. What else do we have? Okay, check. And I want to fork the dude. Okay. Keep causing problems. Keep causing problems. Alright, so let me see here. I take, that opens it up. Okay, I can go that way. Oh, that's pretty nice. Okay, I take, he goes, takes back. Okay, and yeah, I'll take. Cool, man, cool. Alright, I check the king, and he moves over. Okay. No! Alright. No. Let's go with bingo. Alright, queen is under attack. So I'll just take this guy and that's it. Okay. What cool moves do I have here? I gotta check. Yeah. No, he'll just take me. Yeah, check. Got the queen. Cool. Shouldn't take me that long. Alright, next, for my next trick. I'm going like this. Alright, black to move. I think I can get my 20. My 22 here. Let me see here. Checks. Checks, blocks, takes. Okay. Good, good, good. I check you, you move over, and then what do I got next? I see, I check you, goes down there. Okay, oh, okay, yeah, come on. I'm looking too deep into that. Black to move. I takes. I can just force the dude. No, come on. All right, one more shot. I got to get to 23. Okay, let's go. This queen looks mighty trapped. Mighty trapped. All right. 1 minute for this one. I can do this. All right. I see the fork here, but I want to remove that guy here. So I take the knight. Takes me with his bishop. I check him, take his queen, and I'm good. Yep. Okay. No, you don't. No, you don't. You want to. I'm on 23. You're on 23, Coach Bryant. How dare you? All right, I can do this. I can beat your 23. So yeah, I check you. No! Okay, 23, Coach. 23. Ah! All right. Coach Bryant, give me that command here. It's, what is it, raid your streaming, right? Okay, waiting for that code here. And I'll send you my viewers here. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Let's get ready for Coach Bryant here. We'll be right back, but actually, I'm going to send you on over to him. Thanks, everybody, for watching this evening. Here, our next stream is for Coach Bryant. All right, let's go with raid. Cool, man. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are awesome.